Welcome to the Spartan Newsroom. I'm Natalie Moore, and this is your sports update. The MSU football team started their season with a win over Bowling Green back on September 2nd. This past Saturday, the Spartans hosted Western Michigan, looking to improve to 2-0. The Spartans sporting a new look with white helmets and uniforms on this beautiful day for football. We start on Western Michigan's opening drive. Joe Wassink drops back to pass, looking for his receiver, but is picked off by Josiah Scott. His first career interception, and the Spartans take over. Later on in the first, Spartans have it. Brian Lewerke fakes the handoff and takes it himself. Look at the speed from the sophomore quarterback. A 61-yard touchdown gives the Spartans a 7-0 lead. To the second quarter, MSU in the red zone, Lewerke fires a strike down the sideline and finds LJ Scott for the touchdown. His first of the year makes it 14-0 at halftime. Scott continued to be a key player throughout the second half. He breaks through the defense for his second touchdown of the game. A strong bounce-back performance from him after the two costly fumbles last week. The Spartan defense still has not given up a touchdown this season, although the Broncos did score off a fumble return and kickoff return. The Spartans improved to 2-0 with a 28-14 win over Western.
That's what you want to do defensively, so I think you build confidence. Like I said, you start to get more and more confidence. A little bit of pride comes into that, but we just got to keep doing what we do. Life's going to throw you a bunch of problems, just like it does on a football field, and you've got to be able to regather yourself and play through it, and I think that takes leadership from the defensive coaches, but really from the players on the field. But we're excited to play, and we're excited for each other. We get in that locker room after the game and sing that fight song. It's exciting. There's nobody just singing it. It's real.
The Spartans now head into an early season bye week before hosting Notre Dame under the new lights. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. Now over to the MSU women's soccer team. They're also playing under the brand new lights over at DeMartin Stadium, and they turned those lights on for a match against Wake Forest last Thursday. The Spartans with a 4-2 record coming in. Wake Forest is the 17th ranked team in the country. We start in the first half. Sophia Rossi with a shot. It's deflected, but Bailey Feast with a follow-up. She gets it over the goalie's outstretched arms. Wake Forest takes a 1-0 lead. To the second half, MSU Danielle Steffens with a corner kick. She gets it in great position for Jamie Cheslick to head this one in. It's a goal for the Spartans to tie it at 1. But take a closer look. She runs into the goalie inside the box. Could have been a penalty, but the goal stands. Wake Forest would respond right back. Sophia Rossi, another shot on goal. Good save from the Spartan goalie, but Estelle Laurier in perfect position to head it in. Wake Forest would go on to score a couple more and beat the Spartans 4-1. The Spartans begin Big Ten Conference play with a home game against Indiana on Thursday. Switching gears to MSU golf, the men's and women's golf teams both travel to Minnesota this weekend. We start with the women. The team finished second in their season opener at the Minnesota Invitational on Tuesday. The Spartans shot 17 under par, a program 54-hole record. Reigning Big Ten Player of the Year, senior Sarah Burnham finished 7th. We caught up with the team before they left for Minnesota and got their thoughts on the upcoming season.
We just have great team chemistry and we trust each other, and I think that's really important when it comes to playing well as a team. And we're ready to go. We're prepared.
We've got a lot to build upon. We're looking forward to possibly having one of the best years in the history of our program, and we certainly have the manpower to do that. So we're excited to get on the road this weekend to start our competitions.
We now welcome Brent Hughes to the desk to give us his thoughts on the team. How do you think they're going to do this season?
Well, they looked fantastic in the first tournament. Sarah Burnham's their leader, and she was 6 under this week. And on top of that, there were 4 players in the top 20 total for individual scoring, and they were all under par. This team is looking competitive on the inside and out. And what I mean by that is they're not only putting up great scores on the weekends, but they're also going to compete in practice. For the other girls who didn't play this week, they're going to want to get in the action too. And that's a perfect recipe for a team that finished 19th in the NCAAs last year.
Stick around, Brent. We're also talking men's. They took 6 at Minnesota this past weekend. Leading the way for Spartans was senior Michael Sharp, shooting a 4 over par. Sharp was accompanied by senior Charlie Green and sophomore Andrew Walker, who both tied for 22nd place. We went over to Forest Acres to talk with head coach Casey Laban and heard what he had to say.
I think Michael's really grown into this position, which is really the fun thing for me, watching him from a freshman to where he's at as a senior. He takes ownership in how the other guys are doing.
Started out, as a new guy, didn't know what the ropes and what happened, and I was just fighting for a spot, and now I'm kind of one of the guys that goes out and plays every week.
He's an unbelievable student, a great player, you know, all those things. He kind of walks the walk, and now he's talking the talk as a leader. So I think when you learn those things as opposed to being told them, they mean more to you, and he's really impressive now.
Brent, based off their first tournament, what strengths did you notice?
Well, they were very consistent. The first 2 days they shot 290, and the third day they shot 289. So they were fourth after the first 2 days, and they only lost to the teams they did because those teams got better on the last 2 days of the tournament. The Spartans, they really need to take advantage in the future of getting to know the course on the first day while also playing well, and then improving the second 2 days like the other teams did. In addition to that, they were in the bottom half in par 5 scoring this weekend, which is crucial to shooting low scores in golf. If they want to improve on their 11th regional finish last year, those are the things they need to get better at.
Thanks, Brent. That was your sports update from the Spartan Newsroom. I'm Natalie Moore.